Welcome back, guys. My name is Patrick, and this is the Oilers Rundown. Have some news and some trade deadline speculation for you guys today, so let's get started. First up today, Ryan Rishaug of TSN reports the following. A week out from the trade deadline, a few thoughts on the Oilers. The most likely addition is a right shot D, as Darren Dreger has been saying for some time. Carson Soucy and Justin Braun make a lot of sense, and they'll certainly be kicking tires on that type of player. However, I think there's a better chance they add a depth right shot D, as opposed to a guy who would likely play ahead of either Tyson Barrie or Evan Bouchard. Cap situation is tight, and that may be more of an off-season deal. I believe they're open to upgrading, but they're not going to force it. They will keep a keen eye on the goaltending market, and if a clear upgrade is available, and they can make the money work, they'll pull the trigger, but failing that, they'll likely figure out which two of Koskinen, Skinner, and Smith give them the best chance. If Mike Smith's game does not pick up, I'd expect to see 3 goalies on the roster at some point soon. Koskinen cannot be overplayed, and Skinner would need to get a look. I don't foresee much added up front. Perhaps Holloway is ready by playoff time, and is brought in for a look. Evander Kane will be their main acquisition. The cap space they had to play with largely went to him. He's been a solid addition. In 20 games played, he has 8 goals, 7 assists for 15 points, bringing much-needed aggressive play and scoring touch. We also had a couple updates from Pierre LeBrun of TSN. He's hearing that Anton Khudobin is undergoing hip surgery today. The Stars will have an official medical update on him on Tuesday, but reading into that, not sure why the Stars will be willing to move backup Braden Holtby now given their playoff race. But I guess who knows? We shall see. So if Anton Khudobin is no longer in the picture, that may eliminate Braden Holtby as being a trade deadline acquisition for the Oilers or any other team. And Pierre LeBrun also reports should be some tire kicking this week on Craig Anderson, pending UFA with a $750K salary. Wonderful story at age 40. Sabres have huge respect for him and what he's done this season, and will want to handle things appropriately. Don't think they would move him unless he's good with it. So I have a few different trade deadline targets videos coming up for you guys this week. I am going to take a look at Craig Anderson, who Pierre LeBrun mentioned. I also have videos coming for Ryan Graves with the New Jersey Devils and Carson Soucy with the Seattle Kraken. Both targets I think the Oilers should definitely be going after going into the trade deadline. Jason Gregor of TSN 1260 had this update from practice. Jesse Puljujarvi was out for practice, but wearing an orange jersey on a line with Tyler Benson, so I wouldn't expect him in the lineup tomorrow. No Ryan Nugent-Hopkins so far. Don't expect him to play this week. The forward lineup at practice was Evander Kane, Connor McDavid, and Kyler Yamamoto on the top line, Ryan McLeod, Leon Draisaitl, and Zach Hyman on the second line, Warren Foegele, Devon Shore, and Derek Ryan on the third line, and Josh Archibald, Brad Malone, and Zach Cassian made up the fourth line. I'm sure that's likely the lineup we'll see tomorrow night against the Detroit Red Wings. And one last note from practice today, Mikko Koskinen was speaking with the media and was asked about his ability to continue to play at a high level for the Oilers, as we know he's struggled with inconsistency in the past. His response? That's something you guys have made up in your heads. So Koskinen obviously feels like he has the ability to play at a high level. He's been showing that definitely as of late. He's definitely the Oilers' current number one goaltender, probably going forward through the rest of the season and into the playoffs. I think the Oilers are looking for a backup goaltender. That's why I'm taking a look at Craig Anderson. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, for now, Mikko Koskinen, he's confident, he's playing well. So it's exactly what the Oilers want and need right now. I was just wrapping up the video and we had some breaking news, so I'll add this for you guys. The Anaheim Ducks have traded defenseman Josh Manson to the Colorado Avalanche for a 2023 second-round pick and prospect Drew Helleson. So a lot of us were hoping the Oilers were going to get Josh Manson. Doesn't sound like that can happen until the offseason now. Manson will be a UFA at the end of the year. Colorado Avalanche probably won't have the money to re-sign him, so the Oilers could potentially sign him as a free agent, but as of now, Josh Manson is off the board, and Elliot Friedman is also reporting the Boston Bruins are likely to hang on to Jake DeBrusk past the trade deadline. He can be kind of their own rental, probably look to move him in the summertime, but Jake DeBrusk and Dave Manson are officially off the board for the Oilers heading into the NHL trade deadline. But that's all for me for now, guys. Let me know your thoughts on everything in the comments section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching The Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan. Have a great evening, guys, and I'll see you soon. Take care.